Hello, we meet again in the VNA Broadcast Daily and following are today's highlights.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng receives visiting Cambodian Minister of Post and Telecommunications So Khun in Hanoi. The 63rd section of World Health Organization Regional Committee for the Western Pacific adopts measures on healthcare for around 1.8 billion people in the region. Foreign direct investment reaches over $1 billion in September, bringing the total 9-month FDI in Vietnam to $9.52 billion.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng received Cambodian Minister of Post and Telecommunications So Khun in Hanoi on September 27th. The Cambodian minister is on a working visit to Vietnam.
Prime Minister Dũng spoke highly of the close and effective cooperation between Vietnam's Ministry of Information and Communications and the Cambodian Ministry over the past time. He expressed his wish that the sides can continue stepping up cooperation activities in various fields, especially personnel training and sharing of experience in making laws on post and telecom management and development. He thanked Cambodia for creating favorable conditions for the military-run Viettel Group to develop its telecoms network in the country. For his part, So Khun said that Cambodia wants to further strengthen cooperation with Vietnam in the information and communication sector and learn experience in the field from the country. He asserted that Cambodia always welcomes and facilitates Vietnamese telecoms businesses to implement their projects in the country.
The 63rd sessions of World Health Organization WHO Regional Committee for the Western Pacific reached a high consensus on measures to promote healthcare for around 1.8 billion people in the region. It wrapped up in Hanoi on September 27.
The meeting adopted 10 resolutions and action plans focusing on outstanding issues in the region, such as HIV/AIDS, non-communicable disease, neglected tropical disease, and tobacco control. World Health Organization Regional Director for the Western Pacific, Shin Jong-soo, spoke highly of Vietnam's efforts in implementing the Millennium Development Goals, especially in reducing mortality rate among newborns, raising vaccination coverage to 98%, and controlling the number of HIV/AIDS infected people. One of the special concerns of participating countries and territories, especially host Vietnam, was the implementation of universal health insurance. At a special site event organized by the Vietnamese government, member states including China, Japan, the Republic of Korea, and Vietnam held that progressing towards universal health coverage requires high-level government commitment and a multi-sectoral response. The World Health Organization has urged its member states in the Western Pacific region to develop strategies to increase and use more efficiently the investment in health as a means to achieve universal health coverage in the region. The 64th session of the World Health Organization Regional Committee for the Western Pacific will be held in the Philippines next year.
ASEAN senior officials on agriculture and forestry have agreed to intensify cooperation in food hygiene safety and animal and plant guarantee at their 34th meeting in Vientiane, Laos on September 27. Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Bùi Bá Bông attended the event.
Participants to the event reviewed working contents within the framework of the ASEAN Ministerial Meeting on Agriculture and Forestry in the 2011-2012 tenure, and cooperation within the 11th ASEAN Ministerial Meeting on Agriculture and Forestry +3. They discussed food security, agricultural production in adaptation to climate change, application of new technologies in cultivation, animal husbandry, and aquaculture in line with international standards to increase the competitiveness of ASEAN's palm produce in the region and the world. Additionally, a system of managing and certifying ASEAN good agricultural practices targeting the production of vegetables and fruits with big transaction values will be established. The participating countries reached a consensus on forestry cooperation, including the prevention of transborder haze, timber certification, development of forestry products, ASEAN Social Forestry Network, and an Asian Forest Partnership. They appreciated the support from dialogue countries and international organizations in boosting agroforestry cooperation in the region, including Japan, the Republic of Korea, China, Russia, India, and the Asian Development Bank.
September's foreign direct investment reached over $1 billion, bringing the total 9-month FDI in Vietnam to $9.52 billion.
According to the Ministry of Planning and Investment, the figure is equivalent to 72.1% of the amount in the same period last year. The processing industry and manufacturing attracted the most FDI, with over $6.2 billion, which accounts for 65.5% of the total registered capital so far. Real estate saw a total registered capital of over $1.8 billion, while other areas, including wholesale, retail, and media, attracted only over $400 million. Japan by far registered the highest amount of investment with $4.7 billion. It was followed by Samoa and the Republic of Korea with $899 million and $711 million respectively. However, September's FDI disbursements only hit $820 million, which was the lowest level during the last 5 months. FDI disbursement during the first 9 months recorded $8.1 billion, equal to 98.8% of the level in the same period of last year.
The index of industrial production increased 4.8% in the first 9 months of this year compared to the same period last year, the General Statistics Office reported.
The index in September rose 4.6% over August and 9.7% over the same month last year, the General Statistics Office said. In specific industrial sectors, manufacturing and processing rose 4.2%, while the mining industry saw growth of 4%. Car and motorbike parts production skyrocketed by 148.4% during the period, while telecommunications equipment production grew by 57.3%. Growth in industrial production has slowed due to global economic instability and domestic shortcomings, including high inventories, the General Statistics Office said. Around the country, the northern province of Bắc Ninh posted the highest index of industrial production growth during the 9th-month period, rising 23.5%, followed by southern Bình Dương province up 7.9%.
Recently, patients at Thanh Nhan Hospital in Hanoi have become familiar with a group of youngsters who sell lunch to them at just 5,000 Vietnam dong, equivalent to 20 cents. Their humanitarian activity has helped ease difficulties for many poor patients and their caregivers.
Every Saturday, there is always a long queue of people in front of the kiosk where the youth sell the set lunch at just 1/3 of the cheapest price found on the street. They all feel happy because for the poor patients who came from faraway provinces, even 1,000 dong is also precious. I am so glad my husband and I come from Ninh Bình. We, old people, have no money. The cheap meals are very helpful to us. Apart from selling the 5,000 Vietnamese dong meals, the youngsters also offer free meals to poor cancer patients under treatment at the K Hospital in the city. We are so moved to receive the meals. The youngsters have encouraged us so much. The youth first shared the idea at an online forum. Despite the fact that they haven't even met each other in life, they got together to start the humanitarian activity. So far, after nearly 5 months of working, the group has inspired as many as 60 young people. I am very happy to do this job and help other people. to these youngsters doing charitable works also gives them more living experiences, thus bettering themselves. Before, I didn't know how to cook. Now I can even make salt vegetables myself. I feel so proud. Most of the group members have their own job, and with modest budgets, they are only able to cook and serve the chief lunches on Saturday. They share the same hope that more friends join the group so that they can help more poor patients.
And this is the end of our news today. Goodbye for now, and see you next time.